Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Marc Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all.
Clean Sleigh 2. That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcast should have a theme song. Podcast should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
The holiday's here.
Ooh, which holiday?
Well, you can tell it's Christmas almost.
Sure.
Because the sound effects that Ken is dropping in to make a bed here. Fireplace. Maybe some music.
Maybe some jingle bells.
These are all producer's notes that I'm dropping into the top of the show.
And now a big loud horn. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I'm going to assume it happened.
And there's Santa. And he just fell off the sleigh. And now he hit the ground. We are here to do an annual holiday tradition, the Clean Sleigh. We have a bunch of holiday topics. And joining us as part of Work Juice December is our friend and my neighbor and Sparks Nevada and Sean and Kevin Costner.
Oh, good heavens.
And countless of the guy who almost made it to the end of Kong Skull Island.
Hey, I died on page 82.
Hey, all right.
I was so excited. I was like, I think he might make it out. And then, but then when you got smushed, I was like, that was a good run. He made it really deep. Marc Evan Jackson is here.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Jackson.
Hi.
When you say a good run, are you talking about the dinosaur that ran up and smushed Jackson?
It was Kong.
Kong that smushed
himself.
him, that's right.
You really have to delve more deeply into my IMDb.
I really do.
Yeah.
I saw the movie. I
Hours of viewing pleasure await
you.
you.
God.
Yeah. Have you seen Kings of Summer? Let's just talk
about Jackson's movies.
Yeah. So, a wise thought leader once said, what you should really be thinking about is this. Who you are in this moment in time and who you're going to be. You get one life. You decide how you'll lead it.
Well, thank you for listening.
Was that the Dalai Lama? Was that Deepak? No, it was from the 2017 documentary, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Said by Principal Bentley.
Documentary. Oh, man. That movie is so much fun.
It's a fun movie, right?
Yeah, it's really
That's
great.
a movie that, when I saw it at the premiere, I was like, oh, this movie has no business being this good.
Yeah.
Like, it's legitimately a fun and action-y and scary movie.
And everyone in that cast has no business being as great in that movie as they are.
Except for Karen Gillan, who, of
Karen
course...
Gillan is great in everything.
Yeah, she is a delight.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
But unfortunately, Mr. Jackson, we're not here to talk about Mr. Jackson.
You're not here to talk about it. You're not here to talk about it.
Also, by the way, let's just get in a plug here. I don't know what good we're doing plugging your stuff, but The Good Place, the podcast, is fantastic.
Thank you very much.
It's making top lists everywhere. EW just named it a
Entertainment
top 10.
Weekly named it one of their top 10 of the year. Yeah,
it's great. And
it's on a list with
fantastic.
like real podcasts.
Yeah,
like Radio Labs on that and stuff about murders.
Forget about those.
Yeah, we don't need murderers or laboratories for radio.
Why do they keep giving murderers podcasts? I mean, doesn't the Son of Sam law apply at all?
Yeah, we keep just glorifying violence.
Yeah.
And,
All right, our first Clean Sleigh question. Did that guy in Serial do it?
Yeah. Which season?
Let me ask about your podcast.
Yeah.
Please.
We're for sure doing it, right?
Yeah.
It started?
The microphone in front of you.
We've begun.
Oh,
we've
that's
begun.
what this is.
Yeah.
We're going to do a bunch of topics. Is that the thing?
Yes, this is a Clean Sleigh.
Okay.
Clean Sleigh, our new annual tradition. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about a dozen topics.
Great.
Yes.
And do you? I don't know what they are. You know what they are.
Yes.
One of you is pro and one of you is con, or it's an either or kind of scenario. I did the one with you for M&Ms.
Yes.
It's. Were we in a different city? San Francisco?
We were in San
maybe?
Francisco,
yeah.
And we determined that the best flavor of M&Ms are Canada's Smarties.
You know what? I just want to tack on, and I think I texted you about this.
We talked about this.
Because I went to Canada for the first time in 20 years a couple months ago, and I got Smarties.
They're so good.
And I
America, you're thinking of it wrong. We're not talking about a packed powder candy in a cellophane sleeve that have like mild flavor.
Right.
We are talking about M&Ms, but good.
In a box.
First of all,
like a
M&Ms are
multi-chambered
delicious.
box.
In a tri-chambered box.
Don't you disrespect M&Ms
They're
like
so
that.
gross.
I'll tell you what, plain M&Ms are pretty much garbage.
Red and green plain M&Ms at the holidays. They're what Christmas tastes like.
Color has nothing to do with it.
It tastes better.
You're insane. The Smarties, I got them almost ironically. Like, all right, I guess I'll try these Smarties.
Jackson's been talking up these
Yeah,
Smarties.
and then I ate them, and they're way better than M&Ms.
Because American chocolate puts butyric acid in it, it sours the milk, and it's the grossest thing. Once you taste it, like Canadian milk chocolate is gooder.
Yeah.
End of show.
No.
Well, thanks.
This is
you know what?
whatever this is called.
It's time for us to MACGA then. Make American chocolate great again,
Yeah,
people.
that's it.
In the form of just having Smarties for Christmas. Do they make red and green Smarties at Christmas time? Can I get those? Does Canadians celebrate Christmas?
Do they have Christmas there?
I think there's a resolution on the floor.
They do, but it's in October.
All right, let's dive into these.
Okay.
Are you a holiday person in general? Do you love like?
Do you mean do I cease existing during December?
Yes.
Are you a Brigadoonman?
I love the holidays. Yeah. I mean, I don't. I was just telling the story last night. Beth and my wife and I, go back to Detroit often for the holidays, and it's often storybook perfect. Like cold but clear, and the roads are safe until Christmas Eve. It snows Christmas Eve. It's perfect. It goes away after that. Like it's
What town is this?
This is just north of Detroit. This is Bloomfield, Birmingham kind of area. And it's storybook perfect. Like I honest to goodness believe that my father-in-law has some sort of say in the weather. He often knows more than he should about what's about to happen. And only recently it's because of apps. But
I was wondering if he was actually the
does
Santa
that.
Claus from all those Hallmark movies, which is just
might-
the wise old man that works at a mechanic shop somewhere and winks at you when something great's going to happen.
You're not wrong. I'm excited to play what I presume is a game show.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, here's how this is going to work. We are not choosing sides in this.
Oh.
Think of us less as the lawyers for either side of a case and
Okay.
more as we collectively, the three of us, are the Supreme Court of these. So we will...
Okay, two
we
against
will-
one.
We will make it... Oh, my God. It does not have to be adversarial, Jackson.
Are you familiar with the Supreme Court?
Oh, topical.
All these topics, by the way, came from our Facebook group. I put out the call earlier this week.
Oh,
I
nice.
said, what holiday topics do you have for a clean sleigh? And there are, I think, now between 150 and 200
Sleigh.
responses. Yeah. You get it.
Slay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Christmas murders.
Yeah. That's our new podcast, The Christmas Murders. It's starting next week.
It just dawned on me.
Yeah.
Very clever, you two.
Oh my God. So yes, these were chosen by our Facebook group, and boy, did a lot of responses come in, and we have some great. There's really some funny stuff on this. This makes me very happy.
I'll decide if
Jackson will decide if it's funny. All right, we're going to start with from Brian Stone. Hello, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Most of these are
Binaries.
binaries,
Sure.
which I enjoy.
Yes.
Ugly Christmas.
Meaning it's just zeros and ones?
Yes. Zero or
Okay,
one.
here's the question:
zero.
zero or one?
All right,
Zero.
that's
Yeah,
correct. Yes.
obviously, yeah.
Question 2: 1 or 0?
1 over 0.
Ooh.
Undefined.
Undefined. Math jokes. All right. Brian Stone asks, ugly Christmas sweater or ugly Christmas tie?
Oh, interesting. I don't care.
I don't own ugly clothes.
Do you have any ugly? I feel like you would not have a lot. Or
You have to have a Santa on a boat tie or sweater, right?
That's a weird gang up. What do you mean? What do you mean synchronous right? Right. You do. Right? What was that?
you're a boatsman.
I am. I'm a sailor. We don't wear clothes about it. We go sailing. I have some. Now that you say it, there are some vineyard vine ties that have lighthouses and things of that nature.
Sure.
But Christmassy, I don't think so. My Christmas stuff is plaid. Kind of red and green or black watch plaid kind of stuff. That's. I don't think I own anything. I play a character called Sky Collins from a stand-up bit called Sky and Nancy Collins from Orange County, and they're a nouveau riche, terrible couple that are very insulated and racist. And we wear brightly colored pants and things, and so I think I have a pair of maybe plaid pants that might have like holly on it or something. Like, it's a guilty pleasure because I say that these are all costumes for Sky Collins. I didn't have to do a lot of shopping when Carrie Clifford and I created that thing. Like, these are things that if a woman didn't live in my house that would say something about it, I would wear in real life. But I think in answer to this question, I would lean towards Christmas tie. It feels like a more concise expression of the deliberately ugly, presumably deliberately, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. I don't think this is just like ugly clothes. We're not just talking about bad choices in fashion.
I can remember
that Beth would not let you make.
Right.
We're talking about deliberate ugly ties, the ones with, lights in them.
Sure.
And, yeah.
I feel as though a tie is maybe a more concise expression of that attitude, and also maybe less of a commitment. Like, you can take it off when the work party's over.
Sure.
Right. Well, you can take a sweater off if you've got a button down or something underneath it.
There is something, just to jump on your side on this. The sweater feels
overrolled.
It's overplayed.
It is overplayed.
And it feels like there was a time where it was just a Christmas sweater, and then we realized these are ugly.
Right.
Let's make a thing out of it. Ties are still, if you wear an ugly Christmas tie,
it's not ironic.
You don't have tie contests. There's just one guy who has a light up Rudolph nose on it, or a full snowman.
But just the fact that it's everywhere, is that worse or better because it is the holiday season, which is about traditions and in many cases overdoing it. Like, the fact that the ugly Christmas sweater has become such a huge, like, there are parties devoted to it. There are whole websites that only sell that. Like, Is it the fact that the ugly Christmas sweater is more of a juggernaut than the ugly Christmas tie, and is therefore more often worn ironically? Like, do people who wear ugly Christmas ties know that they are wearing an ugly tie?
For sure. I would argue that maybe my leaning towards the tie is that the sweaters do feel played out, in the sense that the sweaters feel like a cigar bar or a martini. Like, they feel like 10 years ago somehow. And like, people that are doing it now, it's like, you're just catching up to this. You know what I mean? Like, it feels a little bit like that. Can I tell? I'm having a hilarious memory. For a couple of years in college, I worked at American Eagle Outfitters number 713 in Woodland Mall in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I saved up because it was still, even with my employee discount, it was still expensive. It was a Woolrich sweater, dark green. It had cable knits. It had various knits within it. And I've forgotten what was on the body of it, but I definitely know that on like each pec, like on up at chest level, just below the shoulder, knit into it were like caribou or something facing one another as though they would butt heads, and there were, I think, snowflakes on it. And I think it was probably a $200 sweater that I got 40% off of or whatever. It was made by Woolrich. It was very expensive. Internet, please find it. Find a photo of it and send it to me. Because when I saved up and I used my discount and I put it on, I was like, that's right. like in 1988, 89, I thought that was really nice.
Yeah. Would you consider that now an ugly Christmas sweater?
If I owned it, that's what I'd go to. If I still had it. Yeah. Yeah.
You'd be the guy that would show up at an ugly Christmas sweater party in a $200 Woolrich sweater.
Yeah. Have we met?
Yeah,
yes.
We've met.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
I love it. I love it.
When did you realize when did it go out of favor with you? How many uses did you get out of it?
A lot. Because I, didn't have any money. So I wore it for years. I would guess that when I went sailing for a couple of years after college, I had to live out of a duffel bag or a Foot Locker, and so I shed a lot of stuff. But yeah, I think I probably wore it for 4 solid years. A lot.
That's a good run for a specific
It was investment clothing. It was yeah.
Oh my god. All right, so are we? I have no problem with either of these. I like the undergroundness of the Christmas tie.
Yeah.
More so because that feels hipper. As weird as that is to say.
Yeah.
Should we mention that Paul Sabourin is now Googling the sweater?
Oh, Paul Sabourin is here.
Hi, Paul Sabourin.
No, I'm not.
No, he's not.
Pay no attention to the man behind that curtain.
He just
Christmas sweaters.
handed me his laptop. Like, is this the sweater? It's close. Mine was nicer than that.
Oh my god!
So I think it's ties.
I think it's tie.
it's
Yeah.
I'm with it.
The ugly Christmas tie. I like
Asked
that.
and answered.
Asked
All
and
right.
answered. Many people have asked this one.
Yes.
This came from a lot of folks. Eggnog or mulled wine?
Oh. Is all of the above an answer on this show?
Unfortunately, not. We have to.
Okay,
pick.
all of the above.
He has no idea how this show works.
That's tough. I think that it's legitimately a difficult decision. Look, man, there are mulled wine nights at the holidays, and there are some eggnoggy nights at the holidays. I think because the entire planet is becoming lactose intolerant, at least Americans, because all our food is sprayed with glyphosate. Thank
glyphosate.
you. Thank you, Roundup. I think that we're going to find an uptick in mulled wine.
Coming up soon.
Yeah. I mean, in future things. Because eggnog is gross. It's delicious, but it's gross.
It's terrible
What is
for
it
you.
exactly? It's egg and milk?
No,
What is
it's,
that? What is
It's like
in
a custard.
It's sort of. I've made it from scratch before. The thing that gives it its flavor is sweetened condensed milk.
Oh, grosser.
Yeah. Which gives it that sort of nutty, super sugary. I happen to really love eggnog.
I do too. But it's gross.
Yeah, it's terrible for you. It's cream. I mean, it's everything in it.
It is egg yolks, I think.
Yeah, egg yolk. It's basically, you know what it tastes, or it seems like it is if you look at the ingredients list. It looks like ice cream before it's been put in the machine. Mm-hmm. It's all the ingredients of ice cream before you put it in a machine.
It's all the ingredients of like no-bake ice cream. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
ice cream that it's like, just put these in a jar and put it in the freezer for an hour. It's
Right.
like, that's not ice cream.
No.
No,
you have to bake ice cream.
Right.
Yeah.
We should get some eggnog.
Right.
I think I just will correct you on one thing.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that gives eggnog its flavor is bourbon.
Yeah. Well, now that actually is a great argument, I think, for eggnog.
Sure.
In that there is not a kid version of mulled wine.
There's grape juice.
From the.
Yeah, but you'd have to really clove it and cinnamon it. And
you could do that though, right? Could you mull grape juice?
I don't think.
but I mean,
I know you're not a drinker. I don't think wine and grape juice taste enough alike.
I don't know.
Maybe grape juice tastes a little like Manischewitz.
if you put some butyric acid into the Gags would love it.
But eggnog has the holidays are for the whole family, and I think that the fact that eggnog has a kid-friendly version, and also you can add bourbon to it and make a really good cocktail. That's
When you say really good, no, it's good.
A Christmas cocktail. I love eggnog.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, I've yet to have some this season. I gotta go.
You may have won me over. Eggnog.
It does feel a bit more holiday. Mulled wine just feels like something that would have been also drunk at a jousting tournament in October.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I think mulled wine. I think medieval times or the Ren Fair. Mm-hmm. I think eggnog. I think holidays.
Yeah. It's the holidays. Break out that bowl of sputum and let's make some.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Right?
Is that how you say it? I've only ever read that word, and I thought it was sputum. Which sounds to me like when most of the cars I've owned in my life, the sound that they make when you try to start them.
Yeah, that yellow MG.
Yeah,
that sound.
Oh man, that thing was great.
Goodness.
I loved that yellow MG.
Sputum is onomatopoetic, right? Like it sounds grosser.
Yeah.
To have a long U.
Yeah.
With the Y and there's a sputum.
Sputum.
So gross.
All right. So
Eggnog.
Eggnog it is. Asked and answered.
Yes. Joseph J. Finn asks, popcorn or tinsel on the tree? Here's my question. I've never put popcorn on a tree. I've put tinsel on a tree before. Does the popcorn just go stale, right? That doesn't. It's already kind of stale. When
it ends its life
right?
as a food product. Yes.
Yeah. It's not. It doesn't. It's not going to like mold on your tree.
No.
Or anything else.
What is the point? Why popcorn?
I would guess,
cheap and easy back in the day.
I was going to say the answer to every question ever is money. And I would guess that it was an inexpensive garland material. Like they would just thread it.
Needle and thread and popcorn was a cheap, easy way to make a garland.
I would guess that that's the origin of that. I'd be curious. The internet will for sure let us know.
Yeah. No. Here's what we do on this show is we just say things and assume they're facts.
Yeah. I do that outside of shows. I do that.
That's why you're overdue to come on by yourself.
Yeah.
Were there other people on the one I was on before?
They were helping out.
They won the raffle and got special tickets to have seats on stage.
All those roadies were part of the show?
Busy if you're listening. Jackson just called you a roadie.
She's not listening.
She's not listening.
Hello, business.
Which is
I hate tinsel. Hold on a second. We have another sweater image.
That's close. That's closer.
that one. It looks like they're definitely fighting though.
Yeah,
yours were further
that's
apart.
Much closer. My caribou were up higher.
Rampant.
Yeah.
Did you just put a liquid U on caribou?
Caribou?
My caribou.
Caribou. What were we talking about?
We were talking about popcorn
Busy?
and tinsel.
Oh, yeah.
I will say this about
Hal had a question,
Oh
right?
no, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, the tinsel's more of a mess, right?
That was the
problem,
point
is
I was
it's
going to.
everywhere, right?
Tinsel. It takes forever to drape these little aluminum bits on your tree, and then they all just wind up on the floor.
Or worse, when I was a kid, the cat would eat it, and it would end up in the litter box.
Just sparkly, shiny cat litter.
Yeah. I am having a fun memory though, and I would not have recalled this. There were, my family, I suppose, like a lot, had a box that we kept in the attic all year long with ornaments and all that stuff for the tree. And there was tinsel, and there was, back in the 70s, 80s, there was aluminum, light tinsel. There were several pieces of lead tinsel left over.
I was just going to look that up because I remember hearing that's what they used to make tinsel out of.
We had, I don't know if it was from my father's growing up or my mother's growing up, but or from when they were first married or whatever. But, I think some tinsel gets winnowed out year after year, like every few years.
But you can never get it all out of the box.
Never. Yeah.
Right.
And there would be some pieces that you're like, oh, this piece is really heavy. And we had, 5 or 6 pieces amongst the thousands that were made of lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another vote
That's why that cat died.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Everything's over there in the letter box. There is
Go take a shower.
Yeah. You're welcome. There's something also a mark in favor of popcorn over tinsel in this. I think there's something around the holidays, at least for me, there is an aesthetic that I enjoy that is this sort of vintage, rustic Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
Lots of plaids, lots of wood and exposed, like that sort of hygge. Is that how you say it? The Norwegian kind of sense of good feeling.
Yeah, right.
And that tinsel to me is just a metallic mess. Popcorn threaded on a tree feels like it fits that vintage, rustic aesthetic.
What is tinsel meant to simulate icicles in an indoor tree? Like,
I guess.
What?
Yeah.
I think it was originally just to make the lights sparkle more.
Oh, okay.
It's here's a metallic thing that
this is from a time when we were putting live candles into a dead piece of wood.
Let's put live candles in this dead tree. Yeah. That doesn't seem dangerous enough. Let's put some lead in there as well.
Yeah. And I don't think tinsel ever looks the way you plan for it. I don't know what the game plan is going in with a box of basically metallic looking confetti, but it doesn't work out. It just looks like a mess.
Your tree looks like it's the morning after it went to a New Year's Eve party.
Yeah, if you're out there and you put tinsel, if you're out there and yelling at your phone right now on the bus saying it's tinsel, show me the tinsel on your tree and I will show you why you're wrong.
If you are a tinsel purist, I recommend you get a spool of magnesium tape, like from chemistry class, and use that, because that stuff burns white hot.
See, I didn't know we were going to get so much science on this episode. We're learning all about Roundup and
I'm not sure if any of it's true.
No, they're facts. You said them.
When you state it with this voice.
Anything you say sounds true.
Fact.
So are we going to say Are we all saying popcorn?
Yeah,
I think so.
for sure.
Great. Jeffrey M. Owens asks, classic, turkey or ham? What's on your holiday table? Probably not a lot of people who keep kosher and celebrate Jewish holidays are going to put ham on a table.
I was raised on bacon.
No, I know you. I know you were.
Terrible. Or maybe I'm an evolved Jew.
You're,
Who knows? Who even knows?
Hal Lublin, woke Jew. Meat woke.
Previously on Woke Jew.
It's funny because I think of Thanksgiving as turkey and Christmas as ham. Is what it has always sort of been for me. But I enjoy them both. I've had turkey on Christmas before. I've had goose on Christmas before because my mother, we always loved A Christmas Carol, and my mom was like, they have goose. The Cratchits have goose in Christmas Carol. We should have goose one year. And then my mom quickly realized that, the Cratchits had goose because they were poor. And goose is really, really hard to cook well because it's gamey and rubbery and greasy and tough. And like, imagine duck, but way rubberier and harder to cook.
Duck with a worse attitude.
Yeah.
I think that's an English thing.
The goose is an English thing?
Christmas goose, I think of as an English thing. In fact, a late friend of mine, an English guy that lived in L.A., the years that he was here, would even get like just a goose breast or something and cook it for himself for Christmas.
For Christmas. Oh, really? Wow. Just like it was his traditional family thing. That's kind of awesome.
There is, I think we've referenced this before, there's a Thrilling Adventure Hour, there's a cast text thread that is constantly active.
Oh, gosh.
And over Thanksgiving... Was it Paget or
I don't know if it's active. Would you say active or would you say egregious?
Yeah, that's probably a better term for it.
It's a text chain that you can like go take a shower and come out and it says you have 47 new messages.
Those are so jarring.
I'm not exaggerating. Yeah. You're like, the world has ended.
No, it's somebody made a dumb joke and everyone jumped on.
Yeah, exactly. But during Thanksgiving, it was either Paget or Josh that made like pheasant, quail, chicken.
It was Josh. Yeah, it was like Josh Molina made. What was it? Was a turducken offshoot.
It was a little turducken, so it was like a goose, a duck, and a quail.
That seemed very Christmas to me. Whatever it was, it felt like it was just like you can only
just game birds.
You need British teeth to chew. That felt like the ultimate.
Yeah.
But goodbye, British listeners. This has been whatever this is called.
Yeah, I mean. Look, there's a reason that Scrooge goes and buys the big turkey and gives it to the family at the end. Like,
because he's Jewish.
Because he's Jewish and he doesn't want to go buy a ham.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember that great story, A Christmas Carol, where all those Christian ghosts turned that Jew?
I gotta watch that again. That's not how I remember it. Ham.
It is ham. It's a Christmas ham.
It's a Christmas ham.
Yeah.
I think, turkey is for Thanksgiving. Ham is, it's a great Christmas thing.
Also, ham is, guaranteed salty.
Yeah.
Guaranteed flavorful. Turkey.
Juicy.
Turkey, if you look, it's kind of gross. Like, turkey's not, it's hard to cook a turkey well.
Yeah. How do you cook your turkey at Thanksgiving?
I don't. I go to my friend Larry's house, and throughout the years we've done all the things people do, like the overnight brining. We've done the deep fat frying outside. These were roast, and they're great. And I'm not making a comment on how anybody cooks it. It's just like it's kind of a bland white and dark meat. Like there's not a lot to it because of how we've ruined the planet and done things. My wife and I, when I was shooting Kong Skull Island, go see it in
with the dinosaurs,
available on Blu-ray. We were in Vietnam, and we ate chicken. We went to a place called the Pub with Cold Beer along the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Amazing name,
middle of nowhere, and we said we were sent here to have the chicken. And they pointed around them and said, "Which chicken would you like?"
Wow!
And they killed a chicken, and we ate it, and it was small, and it was tough, and it was dark, and it was delicious. Like it tasted like something. Like we've bred, like chicken breasts are not that big,
right?
we plump them and we, feed them all sorts of gross stuff. I did not really this green of a warrior.
I know you.
but-
You walked here.
I
You're
walked
coming
here.
in full green warrior.
But yeah, we've made turkeys big and huge, and they've sort of lost what made them great. I'm sure wild turkey. I know for sure. My father was a hunter, and my brother's a hunter. Wild turkey tastes like stuff.
Look, I love turkey as much as the next guy.
You're talking about bourbon.
Right. You're not.
I agree with you. The answer to your question is wild turkey.
Wild turkey.
But
Ham, right?
it's ham. It's a Christmas
Asked and
ham.
answered.
Asked and answered.
Let's do one more before we go to break.
Great.
There are breaks?
Yeah, we're gonna take We'll take a quick break. For us, it will be no break,
Yeah.
but for everybody else,
They get to hear some commercials.
they'll get to hear about some other shows on the network, like the recently joined JV Club.
That's right.
It's now part of the Max Fun Network.
Janet Varney, you're familiar?
Janet Varney,
She has a podcast.
I know some things.
you were on it. Remember?
No.
Okay, great. Various people have submitted this one as well. Secret Santa or White Elephant?
Oh, that's interesting. I was at this is making me think. I was at a place yesterday. Let's call it Disney, and there was an obvious late Friday 5 o'clock holiday party / secret team builder. These people were doing this thing. It was 4:30 on a Friday, and it was like, oh, that's so great, everybody, yeah. So we're gonna put our names in a hat. And it was like you could feel these people like, it's gonna take me 4 hours to get home tonight. Can I? It didn't feel entirely voluntary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
An obligatory party.
And there was some sort of at one point they were like, who, and just be honest, who didn't bring a gift?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And as soon as that was said, a woman's voice in the distance said, and be honest,
all in the spirit of the holidays.
yeah.
So this would have been
I don't. That's probably
this would have been a white elephant,
or
right?
they counted off. I was eavesdropping on this thing as I was waiting to go into my appointment. They counted off in what seemed like an ineffective way, because I think it was going to be pass it to the left kind of thing. But they were like, okay, let's count off. And they were like 1, 2, and I was expecting 1, 2,
Right.
1, 2, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4. They counted 27.
They
And it
just
was
all
what
gave themselves
value
a
is that?
number.
Yeah, is it odds or even I don't know.
Now we know how many of us are here.
And if it's going to
and we're
be
pick
if it's going to be
sides.
15 and above, then go you people over here. This half of the
Right.
circle.
How does it work? So let's talk about the logistics of a Secret Santa versus a white elephant.
So a Secret Santa historically, right, is
That covers the course of a season usually, right? Or I've done it when I've been in a show and we've done a Secret Santa. It's over the course of the run of the show, you would do a little card here and there, or a candy cane with from your Secret Santa.
Oh.
And then you end it with, I'm your Secret Santa, here's your
that sounds
big gift.
very
Yeah,
expensive.
that sounds like Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That's a secret admirer. Is that what you're talking about?
Maybe once a year we all got secret admirers.
Secret Santa is you draw somebody's name and you get them a gift, but
$15 or lower.
$15 or
Right.
lower, which is that is not a good gift. You cannot get a good.
Right.
It's hard to get a good gift.
You'd be
for
surprised.
for a stranger. If
For
it's
a
somebody
stranger,
you
yeah.
know well, but
Sure.
a lot of times you're like, I don't know who Ted is,
Right.
but he likes baseball, so I guess I'll get him these.
Mouse pads.
Yeah, I'll get him
So
these
it's
mouse pads.
So everybody comes in. It's just a giant stack of $15 gift cards to assorted.
I would guess
Buffalo
now.
Wild
I would
Wings.
guess that now that is the case,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
That's a pretty easy cop out. It's the modern gift certificate or whatever.
And the white elephant is everyone brings a gift, and then you take turns picking. Everybody.
But isn't white elephant meant to be deliberately kind of a bad gift?
It is sometimes. It's definitely similar. You set a price limit, and then you go in order. Somebody picks a gift. You can whatever you have, that's your gift. The next person can either steal your gift,
Right.
or take a gift from the pile.
Right.
So when it's everybody's turn,
And then
they
the
get one
first
opportunity.
person that did not get a chance to
can
steal gets the final round, and they get to steal from anyone.
Yes.
Okay.
I love these. I love a white elephant. I like the game element involved. I think it's fun. I think it takes gift giving and it takes the annoying parts of gift giving and turns them around and is like, let's just have some fun with this. Now, maybe I'm thinking this because my family a few years ago, we all went to Leavenworth, Washington for Christmas.
I wanted you to say prisons.
I did too.
We all went to
goodness.
prison.
Change the story.
Yeah.
So my whole family went to prison. They do a white elephant at San Quentin.
Works different there.
Yeah.
Sure. It's just cigarettes. Everybody just every package looks like a carton of cigarettes. But one year we were all like, "Look, we're all adults." There was one little one in the family.
So technically, you're not all
so
adults.
that one for Roman we lavished with gifts, but for each other,
Sure.
we were like, "Look," and my sister and brother came up with this idea. I thought it was great. It was all right. Instead of everybody buying a million things and for everybody, we're just going to do a white elephant for the family, and the rules are the gift that you buy has to cost $19.99, and you have to buy it off of television.
Oh, fun.
Not the internet.
That's really fun.
Not anything. You have to buy it off of TV.
Yeah.
So I took with me as my gift a shake weight, and I received the tactical flashlight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You won.
I won. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good gift to
so-
give and a good gift to get.
Yeah.
But I've seen, so that feels like a white elephant done in the best of holiday spirits. I've seen a white elephant get nasty before.
I was going to say, it seems like a pretty ripe place for hurt feelings.
Yeah.
and isn't that what the holidays are all
I
about?
mean, isn't that what family stands for?
Right.
What is in Leavenworth, Washington?
Leavenworth, Washington is great. It's a little town a couple hours outside of Washington, or outside of Seattle.
Okay.
And it's
In
up
what
in
direction?
the mountains, toward the mountains,
Okay.
east. And you're just up in the mountains, and it is, when you think of like a wintertime like SUV ad,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like. Just
Nice.
snow and pine trees.
And why there? Because your brother's up that way?
My brother's up that way, and
Yeah.
also Leavenworth is it's a great little, like, you know, those little ski resort towns.
Yeah.
Looks very alpine, lots of A-frames and chalets.
Nice.
And yeah, it's beautiful.
Cozy.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am leaning towards Secret Santa because I do think that that I have seen a white elephant get kind of
You think they get
snatch and grabby.
they lose the spirit easily?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of jealousy and like, oh, I wanted that gift and I got screwed over, as opposed to I get annoyed at Secret Santa when it doesn't need to be a mystery. Just draw. Here's what I want. Thank you for getting it for me. I'll get something nice for the person. Like I don't know. I'm no fun.
I
That's just
love
not
a Secret
enjoyable
Santa.
To me.
Yeah.
That part of it is like,
The Secret Santa part of it?
no, just the who am I? Will you be able to figure out? Here are some riddles. And
Come
little
on,
gifts.
it's fun.
Give me one gift.
Maybe don't use the voice.
Yeah.
I've also seen white elephants get uncomfortable when you're like, that obviously violates the price maximum.
Yeah.
Like you spent $55 and what was supposed to be $14.
That's a DVD player. That's a portable DVD player
Right.
with a screen.
Yeah.
And I brought a bottle of Four Roses. Like,
This is a bourbon themed episode
Yeah, it
of whatever
really
the
is.
show is
Yeah.
called.
it really. There was a great bit. I wish I could remember who the comedian was who said it on the Lewis Black holiday special they did on the History Channel. She was like, if you're going to a white elephant, just bring a bottle of booze. And when you're picking your gift, just pick the one that's shaped like a bottle of booze. It's going to be easier for everyone that way.
That's great.
Yeah. That's, but I can see how that would happen. And I do like a Secret Santa because it forces you to put all of your focus. If you have a group of friends or whoever you're doing it with, it forces you to put all of that giving spirit on one person. Be like, okay, I'm going to focus on this person. I'm going to find out what they like, or if I don't know them,
I'm going
terribly
to stalk
well.
this person and really get deep into their life.
Yeah. I'm going to go on their Facebook page and their porch.
Now, I am concerned that we'll be taking this break now because this is the first item on which we are two against one.
Well, no, I mean, again, I don't think.
I think you're Secret Santa, right?
I can go either direction.
That's not allowed on this show, whatever this is called.
Yeah.
Whatever this is called,
Hey,
we
Hal.
don't allow that, Mark.
Hal.
Yes.
Don't let him affect you like that.
It's his show
called
now.
We Got This.
Now it's his show.
Oh God. It's called whatever the
You wanna
show is
tell him
called
it's
with
called
Mark
We Got
Evan
This?
Jackson.
You tell him it's called
I don't
We
want
Got
to tell
This.
him that.
Approach, have fun with that. I'm just gonna sit
I
back.
hate being a sidekick.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever this show is called.
Is it
Agree.
Secret Santa?
I think it's Secret Santa.
All right.
That's where I'm leaning.
Yeah.
All right. Secret Santa, because you guys are going to the wrong white elephants.
Let's
Maybe so.
take a quick break. You'll hear from some of the other fun shows on the Maximum Fun Network. When we come back, we'll clean some more of this Sleigh out. That's coming up.
SLAY.
Hey, if you like your podcast to be focused and well-researched, and your podcast host to be uncharismatic, unhorny strangers who have no interest in horses, then this is not the podcast for you.
Yeah, and what's your deal? I'm Emily.
I'm Lisa.
Our show's called Baby Geniuses.
And its hosts are horny adult idiots. We discover weird Wikipedia pages every episode.
We discuss institutional misogyny.
We ask each other the dumbest questions, and our listeners won't stop sending us pictures of their butts.
We haven't asked them to stop, but they also aren't stopping.
Join us on Baby Geniuses.
Every other week on MaximumFun.org.
I'm Bailiff Jesse Thorne.
And I'm Judge John Hodgman.
If you live on the west coast of North America, we're coming your way.
That's right, Judge John Hodgman is taking justice to the West Coast on tour. Starting where?
Vancouver, British Columbia, January 15th. Then to Seattle, Washington on the 16th. Portland, Oregon on the 17th. San Francisco, California on the 18th. And Los Angeles, California, the City of Angels on January 22nd. Tickets are on sale now. You can find links to all of the shows at MaximumFun.org. And if you're going to be in one of those cities and you have a dispute we can try on stage, send it to us. Just go to MaximumFun.org/JJHO or email Hodgman at MaximumFun.org.
I'm ready to judge you on the road. Take that, Jack Kerouac, author of On the Road.
We're back.
That's closer. Yeah.
Oh, did we find it?
Oh my God, he's got
Was that
more
it?
sweaters.
It's closer. Yeah, it was a darker green, almost black. Okay. Did Woolrich make that?
Yeah.
It's in that vein. Yeah.
Wow.
That's really
Put
close.
this up on the site, dude.
Yeah, this will go up. You'll be able to see.
Oh, we're still
these
recording.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll never
we
stop.
never stop.
Never.
I missed it when you clicked that. Did you salivate or something?
Yeah. Our little podcast trick. Hal has a little clicker, and when he clicks that into the mic, that lets Ken Plume, our producer, when he sees 4 slashes across a waveform, know where the edit points
Okay.
are.
It also keeps him seated.
Yeah.
Alan Ray asks.
I don't know why I answered that earnestly.
Alan Ray wants to know traditional.
You didn't. Did you salivate?
Really?
Answer the question.
Yes.
Traditional menorah or fun menorah?
Hal?
Well, I'll tell you, there's a menorah right over there.
It's a lovely menorah.
Kitchen Island. I would call that a more traditional menorah. I got it at a great Judaica store called CVS. And yeah, I don't go in for. I did buy one when I was in Jerusalem as a teenager. I bought a menorah that looked like Aladdin's lamp that I thought was the coolest thing ever, and I don't remember where it is. And
Sure.
I'm glad I don't have it. I like them. I like a more traditional, classic menorah. You can make that a little arty, but.
Before I decide on this now and forever, what are other examples of fun menorahs? Like themes?
Yeah, it could be themes. It could be like this one's all Disney, or this one's.
What would that look like?
abstract art.
Like Snow White's elves are holding each candle?
Yes,
Snow White's elves.
elves.
Yeah.
Do you mean the dwarves?
But they'd have to
No.
have one.
No, I don't. Thank you for joining us on whatever this is.
Was called. Oh God, we've been put into the past tense.
It's done. It's done.
We hope you enjoyed our final episode.
We knew this was gonna be it.
I like the idea, though, that Snow White's 7 elves were the candle holders for the menorah, as there are 8.
Sure.
Then there's just one loose candle on the table.
No, Snow White has 2 hands.
All the other elves only have one.
It's Sleepy, Dopey, Handsy.
Handsy. Yep.
Sorry, no. It's 2018. Handsy's out.
Moisha Berkowitz is one of them. Yeah.
So wait, Disney is one example.
Like a Disney one or
Is there a Game of Thrones menorah?
I'm sure there is.
But the thing is, this sort of goes along with any holiday decorations. Like, you can do the fun, wacky, you can hang up Pluto in a Santa hat, or you can hang up more traditional ornamentation.
I suppose, but is there a risk of it being sacrilegious? Isn't some of the sacred, if you were to do Snow White's elves as the nativity scene, I think Christians might find that offensive.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I don't think it would be a big deal.
I mean, in fairness, Christians are easily offended.
Way more easily offended than Jews are.
Yeah, that's true.
Jews have been through some stuff.
We have. I don't think it's that big a deal. I think it's really preference.
Okay.
It's more the ritual of lighting the candles and being together to do it.
Yeah.
That's important. So it's taste. I just like them. There was a time when I was younger where I would have liked this is a real funky menorah. But now I like an understated sort of classy.
This isn't a not fun menorah.
No, it's colorful. It's
got
pretty.
a stained glass feel to it.
Is that painted in, or is that mosaic in the? That's painted in?
like an enamel. Like it looks like a paint that was baked in.
Yeah. It's a beautiful menorah. I like it. It does feel like while it does feel like a cross between them, it feels like a more traditional
cross.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There's no cross.
Don't say cross.
Sorry. Guys, I'm going to be honest.
What are you doing?
Holiday without the cross coming out?
The past 3 minutes, my brain has not been working. I have just been Disney casting the nativity in my head.
What do
you got so far?
Well, Baby Herman is Jesus. Baby Herman from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh my gosh. You have a problem.
Mickey and Minnie are Joseph and Mary, right?
Oh my god.
The three wise men are Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
The shepherd is Goofy, but none of the sheep are there because in that movie, How to Sheep, he lost all of them while the narrator was talking.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing this back to my IMDb. I am on DuckTales.
That's right.
That's right. Woo. Oh my goodness. Traditional menorah, right?
Traditional menorah.
I feel as though I have no standing in this.
And I feel completely happy making decisions about Judaica.
All right, fine. Traditional, asked and answered. I will take the pressure off.
Click, 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 click.
Click, click, click.
Salivate.
Oh,
Click.
God. All right. Many people have asked this one. Would you rather travel for the holidays or host for the holidays?
Oh, that's a loaded question, because I thought you were going to say travel or not travel, and the answer would be not travel.
Right.
Host ruins it.
Yeah.
It depends on who you're hosting, I suppose, right?
Let's say family. Let's say just so that all things are equal, you're going to go visit your immediate family or you're going to host your immediate family.
That's tough. I on a personal level, I think that when you go to visit, you're more in control of the time frame. You can get in as early or late as you want. You can arrive on, say it's Christmas, you can go on the 20th or you can go on the 24th.
Right.
And you can leave on the 26th or New Year's Day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends. If you there is a romantic notion to being we're making up the guest rooms and stuff, and our house is a B&B, and it's going to be cozy. We're going to be sharing a bathroom with, that kind of thing. That's a romantic notion I don't have.
Yeah,
interesting.
I agree. It becomes it's a burden. As great as it is to have people over and visit with them.
Yeah,
I think it's better. I know if I host, that I'm going to be running around hosting.
I love that.
Presentable for everybody. And,
yeah.
But you're.
I love hosting.
You're
a lot of vacuuming.
I'm a big nester. But I have a 1-bedroom apartment. I could not host a whole family coming and staying.
Rental bunk beds.
Rental bunk beds, sure.
Yeah, rental bunk beds.
Yeah, I'm going to go down to Smart and Vital and rent some bunk beds.
Rentalbunkbeds.com.
Yeah.
By the way, that's the new sponsor of this podcast,
Right.
whatever it's called.
Sorry, MailChimp.
Rentalbunkbeds.com.
Are you tired of buying bunk beds?
I would include that even traveling within the city.
Oh.
If somebody was hosting something, I would rather go there and visit. I like being in other people's homes too.
I love my family and I love Beth's family, but I will say that on the occasional Thanksgiving where nothing's been going on and you just get to be in Los Angeles when everybody's gone.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Well, that's
nice. It is very nice.
Now this is the time that it's 2-on-1. I'm the odd man out in this, and because I fully love hosting, but I understand that travel time thing.
Yeah,
is you can't determine if someone's going to come to your house on the 20th and leave on the 31st unless you're fully able to be no, you guys are getting here on Christmas Eve,
right? I'm in between, but I think I would lean towards the traveling for Christmas or traveling for the holidays rather than hosting. The hosting is a very romantic notion. Say we were in Leavenworth, Washington.
Wow, good pull.
Yeah,
good pull.
I don't know where that even came from.
Yeah, sure.
That would be to rent a cabin and light a fire and all that stuff So I'm offering a third category, which is totally allowed on whatever this is called, which is host but away.
I will.
like that.
I will totally join you in that
Yep.
because we've done that on several occasions with my family, where we will just rent a cabin up in the mountains, invite all the buddies up.
Where, like a place like I don't know, Leavenworth, Washington.
Yeah.
Leavenworth, Washington. Actually, though, the bulk of my life it's been in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Oh.
I've spent more holidays in Gatlinburg, Tennessee than
Is that
in
mountains?
any town that I lived in. Yeah,
Is that the Smokies? What
that
is
is the Smoky Mountains.
Yeah.
It's about you're right next to Dollywood.
Oh, cool.
You're right next to Pigeon Forge, which is like the tourist town.
Oh.
But then Gatlinburg is like the little ski resort.
Cool.
Also tourist town, but not as quaint as Leavenworth.
Nice.
There you go. All you various people trying to trap us into one
Yeah.
or another.
Yeah.
We figured it
Travel
out.
or
We
host.
solved the puzzle.
Host but away.
Yeah.
Also, that leads well to group hosting, which is like, why don't 6 of us go get a cabin? We will collectively throw a thing
Yeah.
for ourselves. Like, you will have your home for the holidays moment. You've got a big spread, and the
Yeah.
people that like to cook can go cook. The people that like to just chill and play board games can chill and play board games, or, it's...
I will say one thing, just a piece of advice, that if you are 3 couples and 2 of the couples have children,
Ew.
and one of the couples does not have children,
Like
and
who,
you,
for instance?
you rent a cabin, just
This sounds...
throwing this out there.
Just hypothetical.
And one of the sleeping areas is a loft that is open to the living room, and your kids wake up at 6 o'clock to watch Caillou or whatever. Maybe
I'm not in that. What is it?
it's like a second.
It looks... It's the... It's the show that every kid knows, but every adult goes, who's Caillou?
yeah,
Oh, I've seen that on my DirecTV guide.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you skipped right past it, which apparently is the right thing to do.
I thought it was another language for paid programming.
Yeah. Point is, let the childless couple have a bedroom with a door, please. Just please.
That is great.
Amazing.
All right, so we are adding a third one to this one.
Yeah,
Does that win?
You asked A or B? C.
No, here is C. It is host but away.
I think.
Yeah.
I like that stuff.
I would
Is that what
say
Max FunCon feels like? Have you guys done that?
We've not
We've
done
not
that.
done it.
Yeah.
No, but it's supposed to be a good time. People seem to really enjoy
Some people
it.
may have just heard a commercial
Yeah,
for Max
it's like going to
FunCon.
summer. It's like a summer camp.
That
But
sounds fun.
Yeah.
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 All right.
I would also like to announce my 2019 Broadway play, Host But Away. It's about, it was 9/11, and
It was that cabin you had in Gander, Newfoundland, where
That's the one.
37
yeah,
planes
it's
showed
me
up.
and a bunch of flight attendants.
Jeez.
I think we have time for one more.
Oh,
I have-
no, we only have time for
I
one
have
more.
one that I think is perfect that I selected just for you.
Oh.
Tyler Higgs asked
I knew it was going to be this one.
best Home Alone trap. Now you
Oh! I am
You love
uniquely
Home Alone.
suited.
Yeah. You're a big fan of this movie.
Is this your favorite movie of all time?
I mean, yeah. I would say that Home Alone and Home Alone 2 Lost in New York are legitimately some of my favorite movies.
Okay.
Him chucking bricks in Home Alone Lost in New York
Yeah.
and them just hitting Daniel Stern in the head every time Joe Pesci says something mouthy is one of the great, laughs I've ever had in a theater.
There's a great sound design in that. When the bricks are tumbling on the way down, you hear like, whop, 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 whop. And then they just clunk them. I could do an hour on whatever this is called about these traps. I think so. You just by mentioning Home Alone 2 Lost in New York, at one point, Kevin McAllister takes a piece of cast iron drain pipe and ties it lengthwise, ties it on one end and the other end, and he throws it off the stair banister as the sticky bandits now are coming up the stairs.
That's right, they're not the wet bandits anymore.
It's a callback to the paint cans from the first one from Home Alone, and but this one is like a double wide because it's a horizontally arranged piece of cast iron drain pipe, and it clunks them both. I think I'm recalling that, and I think they fall straight through to the basement because the brownstone that features in Home Alone 2 Lost in New York was being worked on. They were in France while they were doing a gut renovation. So what would have been the foyer, the floor is missing
straight through. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's just Daniel Stern that gets clonked. I don't remember, but that's a pretty good one. I mean, look, man, how much time do we have?
We have as much as you want.
The nail on the basement stairs through a shingle
is so horrifying.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. he puts a light switch in the basement, and it's connected through the clothes chute to, perched on the edge of the clothes chute is an iron for ironing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Daniel Stern goes down there and the power's out, and so he pulls on what would be a pull string light switch, and then you hear like of the iron coming down.
That sound is the Jaws theme for this movie.
And the iron falls down and it clunks him right in the like occipital lobe.
And then for the rest of the movie, he's got that iron mark on his face.
Mm-hmm.
I love the heated doorknob.
Of course,
that
yeah,
puts
with the M.
That's the M. But also,
Very Indiana Jones.
Very Indiana Jones.
is it the basement door that Joe Pesci goes in? When he opens it, he gets the flamethrower on
No,
top
it's a
of his
kitchen
head?
door.
The kitchen
That's
that melts his hat to his head.
Melts his hat to his head.
And they did a makeup effect of the shape of a circular, like a donut of kerosene flamethrower, kerosene torch around it through a watch cap. So it's like his burnt skull, his missing hair, and watch cap. He runs out and buries his head in the snow.
Yes.
That one is pretty horrifying.
Yeah.
The other one I love that is completely pointless is the tarring and feathering.
Sure.
I don't remember how the tar gets there. I just remember that he rips open a pillow and the fan gets tripped.
He puts a mastic on saran wrap and he drapes it across the dining room door.
Right.
And Daniel Stern comes through and gets that. And as soon as he takes off the cellophane, he walks forward, tripping a line, pulling the pencil out of the oscillating fan, and it blows feathers on him. Yeah.
It is.
I mean, I could do.
It is just
I
Wile E.
could do 6
Coyote,
hours
yeah.
on this subject.
We should have started with this.
I finally care about this show.
We did it.
My least favorite is the tarantula because I'm afraid of spiders.
That's, I mean, in the scope of what they do in that movie, like that's fairly mild.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
what's
also
great about that is that he has the tire iron or the crowbar.
Yes.
And Pesci goes, Marv, what are you doing? It's pretty great.
Who is it? Is it Stern that gets it on his face and then screams?
Yes.
Daniel Stern screaming in that movie,
Yeah.
is one of the great treats.
It's pretty great.
So what rises to the top? It's the pipe. It's the full iron pipe that just swings. Like,
yeah.
It just swings and hits both of them.
I think that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's in the second movie when they fall down into the basement.
Yeah.
Although the timing of the paint cans in the first one,
So good.
it's a
It's
great
perfect.
solid callback.
Yeah.
I like Home. I put Home Alone on a level above Home Alone 2.
Right.
Home Alone 2 for me is okay,
I don't remember anything about Home Alone 2 except for the destruction scenes.
Okay.
but that
Is it the plaza?
original the paint can because I think Joe Pesci or whoever gets hit first, the other one laughs because they fall and prey to another trap, and then they get hit in the face, which is a fun little.
It's
a
such
nice
that
little
Wile E.
complete
Coyote
story.
thing. It's Wile E. Coyote is looking left and something hits him from the right.
He puts. I guess 2 gets a little silly in the sense that like they go full cartoon.
Yeah.
Daniel Stern is in
Wait,
the basement.
one wasn't full cartoon?
One was a documentary. One was a biopic of my childhood. 2, Daniel Stern's using a stationary tub in the basement, and Kevin McAllister had hooked jumper cables up to the hot and cold.
That's right.
And so Daniel Stern grabs them to like wash paint or something off of him, and because he builds a stack of like tables and desks and chairs to get back up to the main floor. And then I think a bunch of paint falls on him or something. But he's washing himself, and he grabs it, and they go full cartoon in as much as they jump cut from like him to like Jerry Garcia hair to him as a skeleton with Jerry Garcia hair,
Right.
back to him. Like that was bonkers.
It's too much.
Yeah,
So it's probably going to be one of the ones from the original.
I guess.
Let's not forget.
There's 1 and 2 where he puts a bag full of tools with a zipper over the head of over the top of a door, and when I think it's Pesci that gets it. And so when he opens the door, this big inverted duffel bag of like wrenches and stuff gets pulled, and it's like clank, 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 clank. Like it's so satisfying.
Is there one last one too?
Yeah,
that
I think one dangles, right?
finishes him off.
And another, they do that same kind of gag. There's a fire escape ladder that he has to jump up to, but there's axle grease on it, and he gets up on it and immediately goes, "Twick!" and falls, and then like one dollop of axle grease, I think, comes and gets him in the eye.
I don't think I've ever seen you this excited about it.
Yeah, let's talk about this forever.
We've known each
Can
other
we do it on a
for-
boat?
Yes,
let's go do it on a
Let's go
boat.
If we did it on a boat with bourbon,
Oh my god.
yeah.
Do you think it's going to be one of the ones that is bigger and more elaborate, or do you think it's going to be one of the ones that takes half a second? Like, there's something as simple as slipping on micro machines.
Yeah, micro
when
machines are great.
executed so fast, the speed with which these bits.
Ooh, you're missing some teeth. I could do the whole movie. Shall I do the whole movie?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Kevin! We will leave this one to you to determine. You clearly know.
I mean, it's hard. In terms of sheer cruelty,
That's what does it.
an upturned nail on the basement stairs so it begins with tar.
Yes.
Right.
Because he walks in tar and his shoes stick. So then he takes off his it's really premeditated. It's real dark. It's real dark.
It's real dark.
So he's like, I want to put a nail through this guy's foot, but he's probably wearing shoes. Okay, so I got to get the shoes off him. So there's roofing tar on the floor. And then on the first couple of steps. So he's got that, then he's in his socks. The socks get stuck to the tar. Step 4 or 5, there's an upturned 16-penny nail.
Yeah.
And they sound effect this. It's gotta be like celery. And you hear like yeah. I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, that's it. It's the nail
Is
through the
that
foot.
which was later revived in A Quiet Place?
Yes.
All right, the nail through the foot. The premeditation of the nail through the foot.
That kid should talk to somebody.
That's cold.
Yeah, that kid needs help.
Maybe you should go talk to that principal from Jumanji.
Mm-hmm.
You could offer him some life advice.
Look, you're all here for a reason. You know what it is. Bethany, please.
Do you remember every line you've ever said?
Yeah,
Wow, that's impressive.
probably. Yeah,
Wow. That's really impressive.
You have a very good memory.
for my stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's a perfect way to end it. This has been our second Clean Sleigh. These topics are asked and answered.
Yes.
Mark Evan Jackson, thank you for being here.
Oh my
today.
goodness! Thanks for having me, guys.
This was a blast.
Yeah.
So great. Obviously, you should be watching The Good Place. You should be watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is now back on the air.
Yeah.
Just this past week. Did it come back this past week? Or
It's
is
coming
it
back 1/10, I think. January 10th.
January 10th.
10/19.
There you go. The
Or
day after my
2019.
birthday. Perfect.
Nobody
that
asked
is
you
it.
that.
No,
Nobody asked you that.
Nobody asked. I just offered it. People want to know, I think, subconsciously.
If you're going to send a menorah, send it on January 9th.
Please have it arrive on that day. Send all your menorahs to P.O. Box
666,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
666. Gotta be it. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh my gosh.
Anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, they should be listening to The Good Place, the podcast. What else?
Sure. When does this come out?
This will be out in
2 weeks.
No, in 3 days.
Oh, good heavens. If you're in Los Angeles, please join us. A lot of the cast of the Good Place on NBC. Darcy Carden, who plays Janet and Bad Janet. Jason Mantzoukas, who plays Derek. Mary Beth Monroe, who plays Mindy St. Clair from The Medium Place. Kirby Howell-Baptiste, who plays Simone, the professor in Australia. And Eugene Cordero, who plays Pillboy, and I are doing an improv show with special guests, a big fundraiser for the Detroit Creativity Project. The Detroit Creativity Project is a 501c3 nonprofit my wife and I started in 2012. We teach improv free of charge to middle and high school students in the city of Detroit. And it's in addition to just being fun and great, it's a super confidence building, language skill building, attendance improving, reading skills improving life skill. And everyone should improvise. Please check it out at dcpimprov.org. But if you are a fan of The Good Place and are anywhere in the Los Angeles vicinity, on Friday the 14th of December, we're doing a big show at the Palace Theater downtown. The folks I just mentioned are all improvising. Mike Schur, the creator of The Good Place, is going to join us. Manny Jacinto is who plays Jason Mendoza, or Gianni, depending on where you are in the season. Is going to join us as well, and there are some other special guests in the hopper as well. Please check it out on Eventbrite and Google Shirt Show, because it's going to be a total forking shirt show.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
I love it.
I'm 90% sure I'm going to be there.
Oh, you have to
I
be
just have
there.
to double check.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. we don't like to miss DCP stuff for sure.
Thank you
it's
very
great.
much.
And if you're not in the area, DCPimprov.org. It's
You guys have been doing great work for a very long time.
Thank you very much. I'm proud of it. It's improv has made my life anything. Like improv has made my life better in every single direction. It's made me more curious and a better listener and a better friend and a better husband. It's also given me a completely accidental career and friendships like you guys that would never have happened outside of it. Everyone should improvise, whether you have any intention of being a comedian or an actor or anything. It's good for everybody. It just makes you a better communicator and a more interesting and interested person. Check it out. Lots of places have improv classes. Take one. 6 weeks, 8 weeks. You'll make the best friends of your life.
Amen.
There it is.
Well,
This has been whatever this is called.
thank you for listening to Jackson Got This with Mark and Hal. These topics are all closed officially for all time, but that doesn't mean that there are not more topics, so please reach out to us on Twitter at We Got This Tweets, check out the Maximum Fun subreddit, or
email us at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com, or go to the Facebook group where all of these suggestions came from. We do check it, by which I mean I check it. Mark has not been on Facebook since it first started. Facebook.com.
Tom's my friend.
Groups. Yeah, right. / We Got This Podcast. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks, of course, to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively. And thanks to you, our listeners, for giving us this opportunity to sit down with Jackson and celebrate the holidays. We love you all. We miss you all. God bless us, everyone. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
And don't worry, everybody. We got this.
We got this.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Listener supported.